Man, oh man, oh man. I know you guys are seeing this video pretty late. Your boy does not feel well. Did not feel well at all. A little sickly right now. So this video not gonna be too long. I just want to recap the game really quickly. Hold on one second. I don't know why my mic is doing that. But anyway, just want to recap the game really quickly. There we go. Sound way better. I think Lamar looks great now. He's finally looks settled into this offense. The ball he threw to the two of Lamar Jackson's best passes today. Obviously, the best one was the long ball to Zay Flowers, who Lamar basically put the ball on his freaking helmet. I mean, beautiful pass by Lamar. And then the the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar over the shoulder on a fade. Spectacular, Lamar. I mean, just putting it right on him like a magnet, right to his hands. He looked really good. He looked settled in. I expect more of this to come. As the season goes on, as he gets more live game reps with these guys, and more live game reps with the offense, and doing the checks and everything. And I think he's still getting his feet wet, still getting comfortable within his offense. Great team win, all in all. Even with the injuries that the Ravens are currently going through, against a relatively healthy Bengals team. Obviously outside of Joe Burrow, he does still look like he is gingerly walking on that calf. But other than that, I mean, the defense held this Bengals offense in check. Pretty much majority of the game. You can say the Bengals got some some easy ones with the punt return that they got, and also it was a drive they had where they got some type of penalty that wasn't a penalty. I forget what it was, but other than that, defense pretty much held them in check for about 2.5 quarters. Played really well against them. I actually thought the Bengals were actually going to win this game. To be completely candid, completely honest with y'all, I actually did think the Bengals were actually going to win this game, only because they lost last week against the Browns in a very ugly way. So I thought they were going to come out home opener. I was thinking they were going to come out and like this secondary up that is currently still struggling with injuries, but they proved me wrong. So I'm happy about it. They play actually really well. Before I get to a concern, let me continue about the good shit about them. Obviously I mentioned about Lamar. Great to see Mark Andrews back out there, the safety blanket for Lamar. In the middle of the field, making plays and everything. So great to see him back out there. Getting Odell involved now. Trying to get him more looks, trying to get him more balls. I see that they're also trying to wean Bait back slowly but surely, just to make sure he's good, he's okay, which I like. But as I said last week, I feel like this offense still runs through Zay Flowers. This team will go. Well, this offense will go as far as Lamar and Zay Flowers takes them. You can book it. I guarantee you Todd Monken is running this offense through Zay Flowers. And not even just in key moments. And obviously when Odell went down later in the game, which I have, Harbs did say that it's nothing serious. From what I've been told, it looks like it could be a sprain. So so Odell will be day to day. From what I was told, it's just a sprain. Obviously he does have to get on a plane tonight. So I wonder if they drove a bus to Cincy. They might have caught a plane. I'm gonna be honest. They probably caught the plane there. So if that's the case, it is expected for it to swell. And they have to deal with that. Other than that, though, the Ravens offense look actually really good. I'm glad Gus is starting to get a lot of touches. Justice Hill looks really good. Running those outside zone plays, zone running plays, I really like when they use him that way. Keaton Mitchell is coming back. I'm gonna believe the Browns game because next week we play the Colts, and then right after the Colts we play the Browns. So, ironically enough, right, we play the Colts and then we play the fucking Cleveland Browns, who essentially the team that left Baltimore. And we play the Colts. But anyway, so yes, my one concern is the pass rush. Now I know towards the end of the game they actually got to Joe a little bit, but man, I feel like just rushing 4, whether it's Jadeveon, Jabo, Dafe, and I don't know, maybe Travis Jones in the middle with Broderick Washington or somebody else that's in the middle. I feel like just rushing 4, we're not getting home. Like, I feel like we're barely getting pressure. When rushing 4. And that's a problem. I don't know if we trade for a pass rusher. I don't know if we trade for a cornerback. I do feel like at some before the trade deadline we will trade for a defensive player. I just don't know which it will be. I feel like EDC is kind of just letting the games play out. And towards the deadline, you'll get a bit better picture of how this team will look. Obviously, Hump will be back by then. And maybe the guys on the defensive line gets more reps, maybe get more comfortable, get their feet wet, more playing with each other. But man, the pass rush does worry me a bit. I'll be honest, it does worry me a bit. Against the Colts next week, I expect the Ravens to win. The Ravens should win that game, but I don't think it will be easy. Actually, I don't think that Colts game will be easy. I really like AR-15, Anthony Richardson. I like him a lot. And if Hump is not back, I think Pittman does have a good game next week. Ravens tend to struggle against taller wide receivers. So I actually expect it to be a speed. I'll say the Ravens will win in a way. It's like you don't really feel that the Colts were really going to win the game anyway, but they still make it competitive. Does that make sense? I feel like you understand what I'm saying. Like if I had to pick a score for next week against the Colts, I'd probably say, man, we probably win maybe 28-17. I feel like that, or 28-16, something like that. I don't expect the Colts to get 20 points against us. I feel like they're gonna run heavily through AR-15, but I feel like obviously since the Ravens do practice against Lamar Jackson, they're gonna have a better feel of how to play AR-15. Even though Anthony Richardson plays like Cam, if anything, Cam Newton. Like I said, I feel like they'll have a good feel for him. So, thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. Like I said, I know this video is pretty late, way later in the day, than what it should be releasing. But yeah, man, I just wasn't feeling well all day. But love and share one of y'all, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. 2-0. Lamar Jackson is 7-1 against Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, 7-1 against the Bengals, 3-1 against Joe Burrow, and 3-1 against Joe Burrow, and 3-0 at Cincy. Very good. Till next time, it's me, your boy CM2. Love and share one of y'all. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next week with the Colts recap. Love and share one of y'all. Good job today, Lamar. I have no complaints. And PQ. Good job, boy. Love and share one of y'all. I'm out.